And we now welcome the Midway Chargers and Coach Steve Korn. His players coming off an 8-4 season last year. Coach, would you like to just open us up with some general comments about the off season and heading into the regular season?
Well, this offseason we're having to make some changes. We graduated quite a bit off of last year's squad. A lot of starters that had started for many years, and so now we're having to introduce some new guys into new positions, and but we do have some continuity. We return our entire offensive line, so that's going to help. Whoever's taking the snaps and whoever's running the football. So yeah, it's gonna be. We had a good one. We had a good camp. We had a good off season. Had good turnout as far as these guys were very consistent coming in and every day and trying to get bigger, faster, stronger.
Okay. Coach, you mentioned to me a change in scheme and to more of a ball control, keep away kind of attack. Talk about the challenge of achieving that in what is generally, being 8-man football, a high-scoring kind of game.
Yeah. So we lost a 4-year starter at quarterback in Jarrell. And so, he had a great arm. He was very elusive. He just had a sound. He just knew how to play the position of QB. And so, obviously we're going to have to find someone who can do that now. And who better than his little brother, Javon Washington? So he's watched him for many years, and so no, he's not this. He's not the same player as Jarrell. No one will be. But we're going to do our best to make him that way. And saying that, no, he doesn't have the same tools that Jarrell has. And so, our supporting cast is a little different. We have, we don't have quite as much speed as we had on last year's team. So we have to do something that will, where we can control the game, control the tempo.
Okay, I'm going to start over here on the right with that guy, Javon Washington. What about the adjustment to this new scheme? And, you said you bring different tools. You're not your brother. Talk about your approach to this.
Well, it's a lot different, adjusting from tight end to quarterback.
Just being more of a run-oriented guy, or you feel like you're more the
He doesn't have the passing experience that Jarrell does, and so we're gonna this in tune will also help kind of ease the transition, being more of a run-dominated offense.
You're built like a running back or a fullback. You like to run the football. Is that more your definition?
Yes, sir.
What have you learned from watching your brother over the last several years?
I've learned how to just become just a better player and to become a better leader for this team.
Okay. All right. Samuel, another change for the Chargers this year is that you're going from Class C to Class B.
Yes, sir.
Different people you're playing. You also get former rival in Weber's Falls in that group. Can you kind of talk about, as you look at the new district and the teams in it, what comes to mind?
I mean, we're all excited to go up a class and to go back to that rival with Weber's Falls, and we're just ready to play.
Okay. Jonathan Reed on the left side. You want to add to that?
It's going to be different moving up the teams, but overall, I think we're just ready to play and get back to it.
Do you consider Weber's Falls a rival, even though, the last, I guess, couple of years at least, you guys have not played them, and yet, they're in Muskogee County just as you guys?
I think it could spark back up as a rival.
Okay.
We've continued to play each other in junior high, so the guys, have played them. Javon has played them. Maybe not in varsity, but we have played them and seen them on the football field. Just it's been a while.
Okay. Jonathan, you're listed as 6'4", 280. In a run offensive, in a run offense, big guys up front, got to be a big help. How do you see your role changing this year with this run, ground attack, time possession kind of offense?
I think I'll definitely have to work a lot harder. Definitely going to be moving a bit more than I used to be. But I'm looking forward to the challenge, though.
And what he means by that is in the spring ball, we ran a lot of pulling guard with him, and that's something that we were trying to emphasize this year. Is we're going to change a little bit of our blocking scheme, just a little bit, but we're still going to be running downhill. But we might be using you, Mitchum, as a pulling guard, and so that's what he was talking about as far as a little bit more responsibility this year.
Okay. Jonathan, I'll stick with you here, and we'll just kind of go across there. I mentioned, of course, we know Gerald Washington graduated. You got guys like Cody Gallatin, Jackson Harrison, and some others. What about that's an awful lot of star power loss. What did you guys learn from them? And again, can kind of carry forward, albeit in a different kind of scheme, et cetera, et cetera. Can you talk about that? Jonathan, you first.
I think we'll definitely have to look up to them and look at how hard they played, and have to definitely try to imitate what they did, but make it our own. We'll definitely have to try harder, but make it our own.
Let's narrow this down. Is the one thing that you learned from previous years in these guys, the one thing that you learned personally that you most benefited from?
The harder you work, the more it'll pay off for you.
Okay. Jonathan, another Jonathan.
Definitely to be a good leader and how to do that, how to be the leader for the team.
Okay. Samuel?
I'm going to have to agree with Jonathan Reed here with becoming a better leader, like with Cody Gallatin and Jarrell Washington. They was great leaders, and just look up to those guys and try to imitate what they do.
Okay. Javon, again, I'm kind of asked this of you, but in terms of you being the guy back there at quarterback now, everybody was looking at your brother as the guy to kind of direct and lead, and who gets them kind of pumped up to make the push down the field. What kind of leader are you?
I feel like I'm more, I don't know, like more of just, I just like to have more fun, kind of, but also still set an example for the younger guys at the same time.
Okay.
He's a little bit more relaxed than his brother is. So yeah, it's different. It's different. It was different this spring. He's a little bit more laid back than his brother is, and so yeah, that's one thing that we're all having to get a little used to. I mean, when you've had a 4-year starting quarterback who, yes, they're brothers, but they're different. There's different personalities.
Samuel, I'm going to ask you this then. With him being more laid back, do you need somebody else there in the huddle to be the guy that's kind of more forceful, more outspoken? Obviously, leaders can come from different shapes and sizes, and some can be vocal, some not so much. But do you need that guy in the huddle that's going to be the one that, while he gets in there and is cool, calm, and collected, somebody else is the one that's kind of an in-your-face guy?
Well, I mean, sometimes we do have that guy, but other than that, yeah, but.
You don't
Yeah, I
think?
mean,
it-
because if you think about it, we have his entire offensive line is going to be seniors, and so there's all these guys. I mean, that's what they've talked about as being leaders, and they have been. They've been a leader in the weight room, leader on the field. So even though yes, he's a little bit more relaxed, he's surrounded by some really good offensive line. That's seniors. That's who've been there, and so that's the great thing about having a young quarterback. You've got an experienced offensive line around you,
Okay.
and they're going to help you.
Close this up, Coach, with some thoughts about moving up to Class B.
Oh man, it's going to be a challenge. Obviously we would have loved to have had this challenge with last year's squad. It would have been an easier transition, but it's fine. We're going to rise to the occasion. These guys know it's next man up, and so these guys, some of them didn't play both ways. Now they're going to play both ways, and they understand that. That's just part of it, part of being a senior. And so yeah, we're excited for the challenge, and we're excited to keep. Man, I don't know how long has it been? 8 years. I think 8 years in a row that we've made the playoffs. So, let's keep it going. Despite moving up in class, let's keep having success.
Yeah. Well, Coach, and Midway Chargers, good luck going into the 2022 season. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.